Yeah, disappointed to tie. Clearly, I felt like we were the better team. Sometimes I won't say that, but yeah, it was clear to me that we were the better team today. We were the one team that was trying to attack and trying to take the initiative in the game. Fell asleep on a set piece. Very disappointing because we work on them, but that was all they had. That was really all they had was that, and yeah, we have to be more clinical in the final third. I think we created enough in the second half, especially to win the game, and putting some pretty savable headers right towards their goalkeeper. So yeah, but disappointed to tie, but really proud of the team spirit. They never stop. So yeah, really proud of that.
Coach, the match looked like it was one of the most physical we've seen played. I don't have the foul count in front of me, but if you just walk us through that physicality, it looked like Oakland couldn't stand on their feet at times and were maybe getting Christensen calls. 25 total fouls.
Yeah, good question. The referee called 25 fouls. I don't think there were 25 fouls on us. But players are human beings. If you let them get away with stuff, they're going to continue to do it. So I thought the game was managed poorly. I don't normally complain about the referees, but it was poor. Time management was poor. How many times did their players go down, waste time? I don't know. I would be embarrassed if my players did that. I don't want my players to behave like that. Like, I want the game to be fast-paced, and try and win the game. Like, it was. I'm sorry our fans had to watch that, to be honest. That's not what we're trying to provide. And you could clearly see from what we're gesturing and saying to the officials that we want to speed the game up. People want to watch something fun. They don't want to watch that.
How do you deal with the stop-start nature of a game like that? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a game where so many stoppages. How do you find a flow at all in that type of
Yeah,
game?
I try yelling at the referee. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
So
How do you do it
until he books somebody, until he gives one of their players a yellow card, then they're going to keep doing it. I would do the same if I was them.
But from your own perspective, how do you try and help your team fight its way through all that nonsense and BS?
Can't. What can you do? You can't control the opponent. Can't control the referee. What can you do? We can only control what we can control is trying to play fast when we have the ball. Can't control the opposition. You can't control what they do. It's the referee's job, and he was so naive in doing that. It's so disappointing.
You had the chance. You had 6 corners in the first 20, 25 minutes. What did you see on a lot of your set pieces early that you just weren't creating enough really good chances off of that?
Yeah, I still think we had some clear enough headers from set pieces. I mean, we just didn't score them, but yeah, I think we've done pretty well from set pieces this year, so maybe they did something to pay attention to try and stop us from scoring on set pieces, but I think from open play, we created enough chances to win the game.
You mentioned at the start, you said that you were disappointed about just the way, even though it was a tie, you said that you were disappointed tonight. Like, where does that disappointment kick in? Was it the missed opportunities on those set pieces? Was it other matters? You know, where does that disappointment kick in for tonight?
Disappointed to tie the game because so let me be clear with that. I'm disappointed to tie the game. I'm not disappointed in how we played. We were the dominant team from minute 1 to minute 97. So I'm disappointed that we didn't win the game. I'm not disappointed in the way they played. I'm not disappointed in the way they acted. I'm not disappointed in the way they fought. I'm disappointed we didn't win the game. We created enough chances to win the game, and we didn't score them. Can't always control if the ball ends up in the back of the net, but I felt we created enough to win the game.
Coach, just building on that, obviously not a positive for the result, but a positive for Chico. He scored his 50th career goal today. What are your thoughts on his career so far, and obviously he's scoring his 50th?
Yeah, happy for him. You know, he's ultimate teammate, works hard for the team, does whatever the team needs, good in the locker room. Hopefully he gets 50 more, at least. Maybe 100.
When you tried to, do you think that you were going to carry on from there? Like, you finally put them under pressure, and now maybe they were going to crack, and that second goal was going to come?
Yeah, it was coming. I mean, they were just hanging on at the end. We still created enough. We had enough final third entries, box entries, some good opportunities, some good headers, but unfortunately it was right at their goalkeeper.
Coach, we noticed that Zach Carbo on the scratch for today, saw him in a booth. Can you walk us through what's going on with him and potential timelines?
Yeah, he's got a small fracture in his foot. Actually happened in the Detroit game, so he played 2 games with it. So yeah, that could be anywhere 2 to 4 weeks. He could be out, so he's had the boot on for a week. So we have to reevaluate it again in another week to see where he's at.
So final question, coming off this result, looking ahead at the table, is there something that you would want to see this team work on based on the results you witnessed on the pitch tonight? Is there a loud, clear message that you need to send to the team besides maybe the falling asleep with the set piece?
Yeah, I think creating more early, like I think once we went down, then we were very dangerous. So not waiting so long to create an opportunity, like it would be nice to create something really early and put them on the back foot. Like I thought we didn't start creating until we went down. So we need to create more chances from open play. But in the second half, it was plenty. It was plenty.
Yeah, it definitely makes it difficult especially when you're chasing a goal. But we know teams are when they go up, they're gonna want to do this. They're gonna want to slow down the game and break it up to make sure that we don't get any momentum. So it's something that we just gotta expect and try to handle better. Try to keep them from doing those things, silly fouls and stuff like that. They're gonna try to milk it and all that. So we just gotta be a little smarter with that and know it's coming. So.
You're proud of the resiliency you showed, though, because it could have been easy to get really frustrated and just lose 1-0. Instead, you guys kept battling and chipping away.
Yeah. That's something we've been pretty good at all season. That's something we take pride in, is just that never say die attitude. So that's something we're proud of. And again, it was on exhibit tonight that we could have easily made things worse, but instead we just keep going at them and keep forcing the issue. And then we get a reward in the end, and we probably should have taken the win as well. So.
Joe, you last week were fed by Chico to get your goal, returned it in kind tonight, giving him his 50th goal. Walk us through what that was like for you and for Chico.
Yeah, it's always nice to return the favor. So, when Noah played me the ball back, I was just trying to focus on putting the ball in the dangerous area. And credit to Chico, it's what he does best, is get himself into dangerous positions, and made a beautiful header to the back post. So credit to Chico, and happy for him for the 50th goal.
You've had a dramatic impact now off the bench in these last 2 games. What do you think it is about these teams and their inability to stop substitute goals and assists coming from those types of players? What's going on with your game?
Yeah, I just try to bring the energy when I come on. Try to go out there and play with no fear, not afraid of making mistakes. So I think that's tough for teams when they get tired, for someone to come in with high energy and no fear to defend and deal with. So that's just something I try to take pride in when I come in the field.
The final question. This is the first time this year that Rhode Island FC has played advantage with a man down on the opposing side. Walk us through, what was Oakland doing? What were you guys trying to unlock? It seemed like their whole goal was to basically park, 8 in the back and then maybe have a few players forward. What was that like for you trying to find that goal?
Yeah, we knew they were going to try to sit back and really try to kill off the game, just staying down and keeping the ball out of the field. So it was just important for us to keep the momentum, keep our positive mindset, to keep going after the goal. But yeah, it's something that we expect them to do, especially when they're up a goal and down a man. There'll be no urgency for them to play, so that's something that we have to do, is bring the urgency. And I think we did that pretty well, and it resulted in us getting a draw. So.
When you see a referee allowing certain things to happen, how does that play change your style, or change the way the game's being played when you see the way the game's being officiated?
Yeah, it's tough because every ref can handle it differently, but I think, like I said earlier, the best thing we can do is just stay positive and know our game plan and stick to it, and don't stray away from it, and we'll get the end product out of it, and that's what we did.
Hard to do, though, isn't it, in the heat of the moment?
Yeah, it's very difficult to do, but we've all been playing soccer for a very long time, so we've all been in these situations before, and we know how to react to them. So.
And how much of a heavy emphasis was that to kind of build upon? Because there was definitely, I'll just put it as a little get together at the net over here. So just how big was that to try to not lose your cool too much, and avoid any cards of any kind, and then about 20 minutes some odd later you got that tying goal.
Yeah, you got to stay disciplined. Make sure everybody's riding that line. It's a fine line, so you don't want to get yourself into trouble, but you also don't want them to just be doing whatever they want as well. So I think it's important for us to stand up for ourselves, especially on our home field, but at the same time be disciplined and not let it get out of control, because that's what they want as well, is to kill off the game. So.
Acceptable.
Come on, you guys like Arsenal.
You win one game and you can show off. How frustrating was this game, but how encouraged were you by the way you guys kept fighting?
Yeah, it was like frustrating one. You can see out there the guys like flopping, just making an ugly game, and I think we could do better. It wasn't like our best performance so far, so it's something that we need to fix this week because we have like, correct me if I'm wrong, like 10 games left. Yeah, to make the playoff, you have to put the standard up. So today wasn't like our best performance, and I think the coaches will do the good job like to make sure everything's right this week.
Chico, 50th goal, club, or your personal record.
Yeah.
What's that like to get that accolade? You're coming off of 2023 as the Golden Boot. Here's your next one. Talk us through it.
I don't have word for that. It's just a process. It's just a process. Like I always say, like hard work pay off. I think that's the only thing I can say right now. It's like hard work pay off. So I'm grateful to reach that number, and I will keep going. Maybe reach 70, 80, why not 100 goal? That's my goal. So right now, I will say I'm happy and grateful for that.
You're at 10 goal contributions now on the season as well, with you basically tripled your assist record from last year.
Yeah.
What's the more fun stat for you this year in your game? Is it the goals, or is it the fact that you're also now contributing in the assist column?
I think it's more of the assist, because obviously I feel like this year I'm learning a lot, like off the ball, because in Pittsburgh I was like that kind of just goal scorer, and with Khano, Marcos, Dave, Sprady, I think my game changed a little bit, and I think I'm going in the right direction. Like they're keeping me to get better every day. That's one of the goal I came here to Rhode Island, because I want to learn, and they're a younger coach, and I'm excited for that because I know goal is better than assist, but I will do my best to score goal and give assist at the same time. So, yeah.
What happened in the incident with you and the goalie in front of the net? What was that all about?
Yeah, it's some stuff that happened during the games, and I think in that moment I'm losing and he's winning. So I think Blanchard he's a goalkeeper, but he doesn't need to be that. Like, I don't know, I don't want to say the word, but it's like flopping, Yeah, it's like flopping. It's like if you want to start a fight, you have to be a big boy, You cannot start a fight and just like flopping.
You feel like he started, he was the one who kind of...
Yeah, he's the one who started, and I just came to protect my teammate, and then I was the unlucky one. I got a yellow. So.
You feel like if the referee had stepped in a little early, a lot of the stuff that happened in this game could have been washed away a little bit if things had kind of been, if the tension had been eased earlier in the game?
Yeah, I think that was one of the things. Like I talked to the ref. I was like, maybe you should like take the control of the game earlier. That's what happened at the end. Like there's a lot of tension and there's a lot of like fightings because you could do a better job at the beginning. So